welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to talk to parents because I understand that children are at home, and there is one thing that these children are doing that is very, I don't know how I can call it, because parents are stuck in what these children are doing. That is screen time. How do you manage your children's screen time? How do you manage your family generally screen time? How do you go about it? Imagine of a situation whereby your children are addicted to the screen. How do you go about it? So I'm here today to give you tips on how you can manage your screen time. Remember, you have a responsibility as a parent to control screen use in your house. Screen use here, I mean use of gadgets. You have bought your children nice phones. You have bought your children nice tablets. You have bought your children a very big screen, that is a television. So how do you control it? Remember, we have different categories of children in your house. Maybe you have the toddler, you have the preschool going children, and of course you have the teenagers, and you have the older children. Remember, programs are different from each category. Program is very different. So because you don't want to a 10-year-old child to watch Tom and Jerry, seriously, how does that work? He's not interested. He's at a teenage age. So you cannot force them to watch what the other children are watching. So in that regard, you need to know different contents for different categories of children. There are tips that I'm going to give you that are going to help you really as a parent, so that you are not stuck, especially now that children are at home. Number one tip: make a family media plan. You know how you go about this? You don't know. This is the Mind Talk Show. My name is Lynn, a mental wellness coach. So I've talked about number one tip. Make a family media plan. How do you go about this? You call for a meeting. Remember, you have different categories of children. So you call them for a meeting. You sit down and talk about it. What each child will give you their program, what they want to watch, what they want, what they're interested in, so that you can accommodate each child in that category. Okay, so it's time for discussion. You discuss as a family and know what you want to watch and what you don't want to watch. And this must go in line with the rules that are guiding that home. You must tie this with the rules and regulations of that home. Because if you don't do that, then someone will watch whatever you have allowed them to watch till morning, because there are no rules that are governing them. So it has to go hand in hand with the rules and regulation as per what they understand. Another tip: be present when screen are used. Some parents, we are so much absent until we don't even recognize what our children watches. And this is what has brought a lot of issues in families, because you find children are already addicted to pornography sites because they can access them, they are online, they are available. You are not there to know what your child is watching. You have bought your child a very good tablet. You are not there to limit the sites that they should visit. There are so many ways that you can help yourself as a parent. You can put as child lock. Anytime they want to visit any site, you have to be notified in your email. So you have to be, a step ahead of them. You don't just need to be frustrated this holiday. You need to put your children or your house in order. So if you didn't know that you are supposed to be there when your children are, especially when they are choosing these programs, and once in a while just watch with them, know how they enjoy it, let them learn something, then you have a problem as a parent. Talk with your kids about acceptable screen use. Remember, you have stated that, me, I want to watch this and that. That is a cartoon. Me, I want to watch this Bible study. Me, I want to watch, these planets. I want to learn something about planets. You've talked about it. So, how do you go about accepting these channels that these children have chosen? So, do it for your children. It's going to be very, very good. The channel should be somehow socializing. It has to give value to your child. Not that you're watching something that does not, like, for example, the other day I saw my son watching things that I don't understand. Someone is there, I don't know whether it's a gameplay or whatever, but it was so annoying because I didn't understand. I'm there watching with him, but I can't understand what he's trying to, what those people are doing. So when I tried to ask a question, then I had to advise him that this is the wrong choice of the channel. Encourage screen use that is educational. Remember this. As much as we are, remember we grew up during those ages where there were no screens. There were no TV. There were no phones. That age. So right now, we have to agree and we have to adapt to the changes that have happened to us. Screen is here. Technology has caught up with us. And we have to accept that. We have to move as per technology. Yes. So, you can't deny your children these nice things, this nice screen, whatever. But you can limit. Encourage them to watch educational things. Like the other day, I saw some of my sons were watching planets. And then I said, oh, wow. I have somebody who can study to be an astronaut or something like that. I saw another person interested in animals. And I said, wow, this could become a doctor, I saw another person interested in cars. And I'm like, oh, wow, this could be a good engineer, And it was, some of this, whatever that is happening right now, according to technology, it can build your child for their future career or profession. Someone is watching a lot of stuff to do with medicine, They are curious. They want to learn more about this. So you cannot tie them down, Just give them that space so that they can explore. But you make sure you are there to watch you put a limit, okay? Okay, we are good. Help your child choose good content. Like nowadays, I see a lot of stuff happening online, especially TikTok. TikTok started as a very good educational thing, but nowadays it is dirty. People are doing things, a lot of stuff for money. People, they don't care who watches and who doesn't watch. They are just doing stuff, their own stuff for money. So, if you cannot encourage or you cannot recommend this kind of content to your child, and remember, you cannot know what is happening. So for me, TikTok is a no-go zone for children because it is what it is. It's a dirty whatever. Yes, there are people who come there to teach people. They have nice content. But now, how will you know that this is what they are going to meet? As they are scrolling through their phone, as they are scrolling through the videos, how will you know that this is the best video? It doesn't work like that. So for me, TikTok is a no. You can also do the same. Schedule screen time. That is free time. You should schedule time, by the way. Use time. Agree with your children. Remember, you have sat down on that particular meeting. Minutes should be taken down. Yes, and rules observed. You're going to watch screen time from this time to that time. Limit. It is your responsibility as a parent. In any case, if something happens to your child, you're the one to blame. Yes. Turn off screens when not in use. Let it be a rule in your home that when screens are not in use, just turn them off. You know why? So that these children can also have physical play. They can go out there and have that physical play. It will help their body to have more energy. So they know in my house that once the TV is not in use, you switch it off. Once the phone is not in use, you keep it where we keep all the phones. Turn screen before bedtime. This is very, very important. Listen here, parents. 1 hour before bedtime, all the screens should be switched off. Yes, so that people can start focusing or meditating on the day's event, or they can have a good sleep. They can focus on the sleep. Remember, if you don't put these rules in your home, then it will be screen time forever. Like the whole night, people are still on screen. Nobody cares. You know, children, I told you, they are very addictive. They can become very addictive, especially on phones and tablets and TVs and all that. So what you should do, before bedtime, 1 hour, it should be switched off. It should be a rule. Nobody disturbs. Nobody, nobody does anything to do with that. Now, one time I ran into a store to buy something. And then I find this mother, frustrated mother, almost crying, you know. You know what? Her child had thrown a lot of tantrums. You know why? Because she gave the phone to the child. And then she took it back. She wanted to pay. Remember, we were at the store. So she wanted to use the phone to pay. The child threw tantrums. She cried bitterly, throwing herself down, crying, wailing, yelling. And then the mother was very, very embarrassed. Now, my point is this. Limit screen time or screen use at public places. Let them know that when we are at the public place, there is no screen time. There is no TV. There is nothing. There is no phone. My phone is my phone. I use it the way I want, but not your phone. So, what I mean to say is that in the public places, no having phones. This one will enable your child to concentrate on the places that you're walking. Maybe you want them to see places, you want them to see nice places, and you have given them the phone. Will they? They will not. Other parents that I want to talk to, you have gone to your up country, with your children. Your children, they need to see their grandfather, their grandparents, their grandmother. And then you're giving them phones. Seriously. Are you serious right now? You are not serious because they are supposed to see new things. They are supposed to see cows, goats, chicken. They are supposed to see all these things. But if you give them screen, you give them TV, are they going to concentrate? They are not going to concentrate. Oh yes, I have dogs. I'm sorry for that. So they are not going to concentrate. So leave the children to concentrate in whatever places that you are in. Public places, no screen time. That is my point. Now, another point. During mealtime. Listen here, parents. During mealtime, there is no screen. Like I saw, my friend's children, they have put the TV, not even the TV, the tablet in front of them. They are playing a game, and yet they are eating. Do you think even they will recognize they are eating popcorns, or they are eating Indomie, or they are eating noodles? Do you think they will even know the taste of the food? So what I'm saying, you should limit screen time, because you need your children to give you feedback on the food. They need to smell the food. They need to feel that aroma of the food. Wow, this food smells nice. That is good. They need to know the taste of food. But if you put them a screen in front of them and they are eating, they will not recognize any food. They will, in fact, for the toddlers, they are supposed to use their senses during eating. Do you think they will use their senses? Senses of seeing, senses of hearing, senses of tasting? They will not use the senses. Okay? Yes. So limit that completely. It should not even be there in the first place. So parents, if you're there and you're unable to control your children, or you are unable to manage your children during screen time, then you should have these points within your fingertips. You should have a program. You should choose the media. You should have a program, a plan on how you're going to execute each and every person's interest in that regard. Because whatever children want is not what you want. Remember that. Your far from what they want. And I have told you, according to categories, children, they like things differently. So give them the authority, give them the power, give them that freedom to watch, but be there, stand by, and limit time, especially bedtime, especially mealtime, and what I've talked about. Parents, I wish you all the best. Don't give up on your child, okay? As much as it may be hard, as much as it may be very, very difficult, don't give up on your child. If people give you stories of their children, how they grew up, how we grew up, and all that, you will be shocked. You are not the only one who is maybe stranded and shocked, and you don't know what to do. Remember, this one will help your child to concentrate in what they are doing. You are also nurturing a child who knows what they want. Parents, this is what I thought you should know from your host. Bye bye.